It's got my butt in it. Let me scoot that over. I don't need to be looking at my butt.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Oh, were we live when I said that? Oh,
Probably.
sorry. Probably. Oh, who do we got here today? Paul Davis.
Yeah, Paul Davis, number 1 on our screen anyways. Hello, hello.
Paul and P&J, and then Paul, Jason.
Paula and Jason, yeah.
I remembered.
You did. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is a happy one, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy and drizzly and miserable outside. But yes, it's a happy Wednesday.
Made me want to sleep all day, but I didn't.
I didn't either. I got up early.
How are you guys doing? We can hear and see you. Yes, you were live. You were live when you said that.
Oh, about my butt? Nobody wants to look at my butt anyway.
Because the Maddie cam was in the wrong spot.
It wasn't in the wrong spot. It was just not quite the right spot.
Oh, wait, look. We got lots more people. There's Ashley and Billy.
Oh, turn that down.
You got something going on over there.
Yep.
Your headset's turned on.
No, that's fixed. Fixed it already. Oh, okay. Now we're starting to cruise here. All right.
Hi, not ho. Ashley, hi ho. Not.
Hi-ho,
Hi-ho.
hi-ho. Off work we go.
That's I-O. It's off to work I go.
This is true. This is very true. So how's the weather across this great land? That's actually foggy outside right now. Wow.
Yeah, it's been foggy all day.
So we had a, in front of my workplace, a really big, bad car crash. It was, they were diverting traffic. It was so bad. And it was for a long time, too.
Yeah, they closed the highway.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was, typically when they do that, there's usually a casualty involved if they close down the highway. Because that highway is not like 2 lanes. It's a big highway, and there's enough room you could maneuver cars around things. But typically, if there's a fatality, they will close down the highway. So that's kind of unfortunate. We kind of had to say some prayers for them today. And typically, that's what I do. You know, when I see a accident scene, kind of like say some prayers for them as we're driving by. So it was kind of sad.
Margaret's here.
Margaret, Dad,
Hello.
Margaret.
Yeah, it's probably your dad too, huh?
Yeah. Because my dad doesn't have an account.
He doesn't have his own account?
You know. And then what do we think about? I've been praying for those people in was it Maryland, where the bridge that collapsed yesterday.
Yeah, they recovered a couple bodies today.
That's pretty devastating. So I don't like seeing stuff like that. But whoa, I just smashed this computer. But okay. Yeah, I just had to get that out there. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't normally know stuff like that because I don't have news or Facebook or all that kind of stuff. But it was actually one of the YouTubers that I watch that showed it, and I was like, that was pretty cool to still know what's going on in the world.
But come to find out, they did. The ship put a mayday out, and they said they shut the bridge down right before they hit it, so there wasn't any cars on board. It was the workers that fell in. Or the people that fell in the water on the bridge were actually workers on the bridge. So, yeah.
Linda Jones, hi from Wisconsin. We had 16 inches of snow Sunday.
Oh.
Monday, 1.5 inches of rain. I hope winter leaves again. Wow, that sounds like quite a mess.
That sounds like.
Dang.
That's a recipe for a disaster there. We had some drizzle, not rain today, but this morning it was just kind of drizzly. Actually, liquid drizzle, not snow drizzle.
Yeah. I was like, look at that. It's actually raining.
I don't
It's
think
not
it-
snow.
But it's been above freezing for 5 or 6 days now.
Yeah.
So
It's been nice. No sunshine, but
but everything's melting
Above
even
freezing.
at night.
you see John in Alaska. I don't know if he's on here yet, but he
Yeah, it's snow.
had snow, and I'm sure some of the people up north up the highway probably had some snow.
It's funny at work, everybody's like, "Oh, it's raining." And I was like, "I bet you're so upset about the rain taking all the snow away." I'm like, "No, it's still snowing in the mountains. We can go sledding in the mountains." So, there's always snow somewhere. Even though I've only went sledding twice this year. I need to get out more.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, and Jason,
20s and 30s, headed up to 40s this week.
nice. We've been in the 40s all week.
Yeah, what is it now? Well, it's 39
It's
right
39.
now.
It's
That's just because it's been
Yeah, it's
foggy and
chilly.
cloudy all day. It's raining here, and the trees
oh,
and flowers are budding.
oh.
We're not quite to the budding stage yet. What we are trying to do is we're trying to tap our birch trees, but we're not sure exactly when to do it.
But the weather's so weird. We keep trying. It's not. I guess it's not time
we
yet.
tried like last week because there's supposed to be so many days above zero, and we were there. So we tried it. We're not getting anything out of that tree. So this week we tried it again on a different tree, and
Nothing yet.
we haven't. Now the neighbors, when they were here, they tapped a couple of trees in the yard, so we know they produce. So we're just gonna keep playing with it. And we only have like a 3-week window in Alaska. You tap a birch tree, you got like, if you get it at the right time, you can only do it for like 3 weeks. And then, but we'll see. We'll see if we get anything. I guess if you don't try, then you get nothing. Right?
Right.
All right. Putting down a layer of frost as we speak. Oh, it must be nighttime. All right. What is? How many people got on here now?
15.
15 of you guys. Woo! Yay!
Billy Sutton says most trees here are already green.
What?
There's Bill.
There's Bill. Hi, Bill.
Wonder if he got rain or snow today.
Being a Willow, that's a toss-up.
I know Meadow
It could have
Lakes.
been either
Meadow
way.
Lakes was rain. So as far as
I'm gonna say you got rain today.
rain,
Yeah. So let us know, Bill. Did you get rain or snow today? So,
we are warming up sooner than normal. High in the 60s and low 70s. I feel like we are too.
yeah, we're definitely spring is early this year. It may trick us and go back into winter again. It's done that before, but we're definitely in an early spring.
Yeah, we've got snow in the forecast a couple times next week, but
But spring snow is like, right now everything's like dirty. But you get a spring snow and it just makes everything all white and pretty
for like
again.
5 minutes and then it melts.
Then it melts the next day. But makes it pretty for a little bit.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Who was that? It just jumped big time. That was Ashley. Joanne, we got 15 inches of snow Saturday, and today 60 degrees upstate New York. That's crazy.
That's
That
definitely some
is.
spring snow.
I don't know if we've ever had snow and then 60 degrees. 60 is like middle of the summer.
Yeah. 60s, 70s.
60, 70.
70s if the sun's out. 60s if it's raining.
There's John.
Hey, John. You
He
made
said,
it.
Okay, let's start this chat. I'm here. He got snow today.
Got snow. We got rain. You got snow. Let's go visit John again. Go visit snow.
Oh, he didn't get anything. Bill didn't get anything today, but had rain 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Figured it'd be raining up there.
Did we have rain before today? I don't know.
No. Well, yeah, we've had sprinkles here and there.
Hello from St. Louis.
St. Louis. Fancy church. Is Nancy new? No, I've seen that picture before. Yeah, no.
I
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
No.
Is there anyone new in the chat that hasn't been here before? That's not saying anything? If you are, just say hi.
Say hi. We like to welcome our newcomers
Yeah.
into our
So
party.
I got 19. Oh, 15. I don't know where I got 19.
Um,
But anyway, did y'all see the topic for today?
we have a
Well,
topic.
it was
So this is what happens. I come home from work and it's like, boom, we got something going on. I'm like, what?
I
Really? What?
told him, he just doesn't remember.
So don't feel bad, you guys. I don't know what's going on either.
It was dear younger me.
Dear younger me.
Like if I was to write myself a letter, or like what things that I wish I would have known sooner, or that I had done when I was younger, or
Hmm.
you know, things you now know that you
Like-
wish you knew.
Like start hiking before I was 50. So, kind of a little bit to that. I don't know who's familiar with something called Financial Peace University. I've been mentoring a kid at work, and FPU Financial Peace University class came up 2 months ago, and actually tomorrow night's the last class. So I drug him down to the class, and been going with them through the class. I've taken the class before. We've been working the program for 7 years now, and the joy I get out of seeing somebody that young in his 20s going through this program and understanding finances at that age it makes me feel really good. Now, if I would have understood finances and money back when I was his age, life would be so different right now, because I had many years of stupid with compound interest to figure all this out, and still paying for it, but we're getting her all figured out now. But to be able to go back in my 20s and figure that out then,
and not do that again.
it actually feels really good and rewarding to be able to pass it on to a younger generation, and they're already figuring it out. So that's part of my thing here.
That's what you would tell your younger you.
That's one of the things. I mean,
Not to be so stupid with money.
absolutely, but I'm sure all night long we can think of a whole lot of stuff to talk about this.
Lots of highs to everyone. Hellos to Nancy. Julie says, I'm not new. Nope, she's not new. She's here and listening. Debt free is a game changer.
Absolutely. Yep,
We'll
hopefully be debt free by the end of this year. We've been working on it since 2016, and
we got a story.
boy.
What did we start at?
So you guys you're sitting down, but we first started Dave Ramsey in August of 2016 at $441,000 in debt, and we've been plugging away at it for a long time. But we will be out of debt by the end of this year. Be free.
Be free.
Free at last.
No more debt. And that's why we've been living this way for so long.
Yeah, that's why we've been living simple in a little cabin and cutting our own firewood and eating beans and rice. Well, we can't eat beans and rice. It's not on a keto anymore. But
can't grow it.
Yeah.
We got eggs and moose.
Eggs are good.
It's what we find in the yard. Let's see.
Listen, Dave Ramsey helped motivate me to get out of debt. Absolutely. I recommend Dave Ramsey for anybody, even beyond getting out of debt. Once you're out of debt, that's awesome. But it's got the whole 7 baby steps. And once you're out of debt, he teaches you how to deal with money through your entire life, and not just debt. Debt is a big thing because that's what everybody's dealing with right now. But how do how do you deal with it after that, and how do you not go back into debt again? You know, by doing emergency funds and everything, emergency fund, and planning for kids' college, and saving for your own retirement. So, but yeah, I love Dave Ramsey. I could talk about that all night. And we're not paid by Dave Ramsey, by the way. I just like it. I love
Yeah,
the
no,
subject.
not at all. I wish we were.
I do have a funny thing though about um, about 3 years debt free here. Sweet. All right. I do have a funny though.
Got it back up there.
This is a. Don't forget to listen to your wives, because
They
you know,
might know something.
sometimes. So when Angie and I were first dating and thinking about getting married, or we just after we were married, I don't know, somewhere in that time frame, she actually had been through Dave Ramsey years prior with her ex, and she had mentioned it to me, and of course I'm like, whatever, just in one ear out the other. Like, you don't know nothing. Well, I don't say that.
You just don't listen.
So it wasn't until we were listening to the Minimalist podcast that I still remember it was episode number 6. It was on debt, minimalizing your debt in your finances. And I'm listening to that, and that's where I learned about Dave Ramsey for the second time. And then I brought it up to Angie, and I'm like, Angie, look. They talk about this Dave Ramsey. I looked into it. This is awesome. We need to do this. And she's like, I know, I told you that already. but
Somebody else had to tell you.
yeah. So just
That's how it is.
listen to your wives. They're actually smart. Most all the time.
Most of the time. Or, yeah, I could have just told one of your buddies to tell you, and then you would have thought it was a great idea.
Yeah. You know, and this debt is also why we don't do a lot of traveling and adventures. We don't have a lot of expensive stuff here, and you know, things will change once we get out of debt. Our adventures are going to change. Stay tuned. They will change. More than just weekend hikes. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
We're already, 3 months into this year.
Yeah. This stove's so hot.
So I got about 6 months.
I got to turn the stove down.
About 6 months, and 7 months, we might be able to reveal something. What next year
October.
holds.
We'll say end of October, or we'll say something. Okay.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
Enough about me. Let's hear about you guys. What do we got
Paul and
commented
Jason
here?
just shared our live. Very cool.
Sweet.
I already read that one. Listening to Dave Ramsey. John's been poor 3 times in his life.
Are we ever poor? Well, yeah, I guess we can be. But I'm rich in love. Right?
Yeah. We got congratulations. Bill's almost debt free. Congratulations. Laughing at what we find in the yard. Oh, just wait till summer. He gets yard salad. All the greens I can find in the yard. It's like we got to get our vegetation in sometimes.
Yeah. It's
3
amazing. So it's
years
amazing
debt-free
because
here. Nice.
all the greens that grow in your yard, most of them people consider weeds. But yet most of the weeds are good for you.
Yep, edibles.
And everybody wants to get rid of all the edible weeds and put in this green grass that nobody can eat. So I'm not fanatical about my grass. If it turns green and you mow it, it's grass.
Yep.
Period.
Keep the weeds. Yeah, Ashley said he's been debt free for about 3 years.
That's awesome. It's a good way to be.
Being debt free after 8 years is a good accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yes, and we do have plans to go see Dave Ramsey in studio. We want to do debt-free Scream, so that is in the works in the next couple of years.
You still doing that?
Yes.
Debt free, 6 years if we could get rid of household normal bills. Well,
Build a cabin out in the
build a
woods.
cabin without
There goes the
electricity, without gas, without. Throw the phones away. What else?
Everything. No more no grocery shopping.
Billy's asking a permanent home. That would be awesome if it was a permanent home, but
Well,
this is pretty fairly permanent, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, it's a home base.
yeah, this is our
This
home
is
base.
a home base, which
'Cause
that's going to change someday too.
that will, but this is our home base. This place is paid for, so. But it won't be for. It's not our forever home.
If Bill says if someone buys my camper, I'll be virtually debt free then. Just my excavator, which will pay for itself this summer. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, if anybody needs a camper, Bill's selling one. Oh, I have the same regret. Went through a lot of money senselessness as of 2020.
2008.
Yeah, that. I became debt free and holding steady still.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
I love those stories. Love that.
Yeah, some young people understand that and get it right away, and they start saving and they invest, and like they can retire at like 30 and just chill. And it's like, wow, who taught you that so young? Would have been cool. I mean, I never really had I never really had a lot of debt.
No, not until you met me.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's the other thing. Most of this debt came from me and my own stupidity in life. And when we were talking about getting married, I actually asked Angie several times. I'm like, I have all this debt. You're marrying this debt. I didn't want to be married, and all of a sudden, next day, I'm like, hey, by the way, we have debt. So she knew what she was getting into with me, and still, for some reason, wanted to marry me.
well, I didn't marry you for your money.
That's for sure.
And yeah, I knew how much debt you were in, but I didn't understand what that meant.
The numbers were too big for you to compute.
And then I started after we got married, we put our money together and then started paying off debt, and I was like, wow, this is going to take a bit.
Yeah. Then we had, on top of that, we had student loans from her because she wanted to do some schooling, and I talked her into it. I'm like, oh, this is before I learned how to be smart with money. And so we racked up some of her student loan debt along with my debt.
Yeah.
So.
And I brought a truck into it.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of debt in my truck.
But the truck was part of the Dave Ramsey thing. The truck was the only car bill we had because I owned all my cars because I'm a mechanic. But so I gave Angie the option. I'm like, she really liked her truck. It had sentimental value. She got it before we got together. There's a story behind it and everything. So it's like, yes, it's a debt. So do we want to pay this off, or do we want to sell it and use that to help pay more debt? And because of the sentimental value of this truck for her, that we decided to keep it in the budget, and we just paid it off. But then 6 months after we got it paid off, I wrecked it.
Totaled it, and then I had to learn my lesson about things, the importance of things and the value of things, and that it shouldn't have been that important to me.
Yeah. So that was a good lesson. But also, just because you total your car does not mean you go up in vehicle. It does not mean you go get another car debt. So the insurance paid for this vehicle, gave us a cash payment for the vehicle. So we went out and we bought a equal valued vehicle with cash that we got for her truck. So we were able to. She drives a 13 Edge right now, and we paid $10,000 for it. But because we got that money from her truck, we paid cash for it. We didn't go up in vehicle. It is a better vehicle.
It is.
For what we need it for, better than the truck. The truck was nice, but it didn't fit as a grandma vehicle. This vehicle fits better as a grandma vehicle. Kids actually fit
So
in
what
it.
we got out of it was a good year to wreck a vehicle.
Yes.
It was COVID year. It was awesome. We got they gave us almost what I paid for it after 6 years of use.
Yeah.
And it was totaled.
Yeah.
It's like they just paid me to use it.
So, but yeah, wrecking a vehicle is not an excuse to go up in vehicle and getting in more debt. It's you get what you can afford with what they pay it out.
All right, where are we in chat?
I don't believe in debt no more. No more debt.
Paula and Jason, we are all about foraging mushrooms, especially.
I'm not big on mushrooms. I've tried them. I'll eat them.
Yeah.
I'm just not big on them.
I like mushrooms. I like my daughter to pick them because she knows what she's doing. Even her kids know what they're doing. And I'm not. I haven't gotten into it and studied it enough to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and she's made some mushroom soup, and I've eaten it, and it's good, but it's just not. It's not really my thing. Just say that.
John says, once you are debt free, don't let it make you forget how much in debt you were in.
Absolutely.
After all this 7, 8 years of.
And this is also why I talk to people all the time about debt, because I will never forget where I was. I will never be in debt again. This is the end of the line. Never, ever will I do that. I have learned my lesson. I learned.
He's learned. Ashley says, Linda, normal bills are possible to reduce even if not eliminated. Different phone plans, stopping subscriptions, clipping coupons. It is doable.
Yeah, definitely subscriptions. Those things sneak in on you, and they'll especially in your phone and your Apple iThings, or I don't know. There's little subscriptions in there, like $2.99 here and there, and they'll just suck them out of there, and you don't even know they're there. We had a couple in the past that we've discovered, and we've gotten rid of them. But a lot of times it's somebody cruising around her phone and accidentally clicking on something and subscribing to something. I'm like, why does this thing keep coming out of her checking account?
And then we had, well, we didn't pay for that. Never mind. I was going to say like Netflix and stuff like that, which is not necessary, but we didn't pay for it anyway.
Yeah,
my son paid for it.
Yeah, we just had the password for a while.
They fixed all that. You can't have 6 different families on the same Netflix anymore.
Well, you can, but they have to be on the same household and the same router.
Yeah. But we do still have Amazon Prime because
she likes
shipping.
She likes shopping a lot on Amazon.
Well, a lot of stuff is cheaper on Amazon than it is to go down to the store and get it.
It is. I like Amazon too.
Still no moose. Not here.
No, they're pretty much gone for the season. We're not going to see many until next year.
They had some out there in Meadow Lakes today in the yard, and the dog was chasing them away. But it was I think it was a mom with 2 calves. Not this year's calves. I haven't seen any this year's calves yet. There's Adam and Phyllis checking in. Here. Hello. How's it going out there?
Out there in Willowland. Are you guys flooding yet?
Oh.
They're in a spot that likes to flood. The river floods. Does it flood when it melts there too? If you have too much snow.
Ashley says I plan to be retired at 50. So do you.
It's a good plan.
Huh. Basically.
Well,
you're going to work because you want to.
So retirement is different for everybody. I'm going to, once I'm debt free, I'm going to call myself retired. But when I'm here in town, I will always be working. But with the caveat that if I feel like going somewhere for 2 months and just taking a vacation per se, then work knows where I work. They know that. I mean, I'm not going to leave like tomorrow and be like, I'll be gone for 2 months. I'll plan trips and I let them know I'm leaving. They'll give me a leave of absence, and I'll come back and start working again. I just like working until I physically can't work anymore. I'm going to keep working because I enjoy my job. I enjoy fixing vehicles. I enjoy dealing with customers. I enjoy teaching. I train 2 guys right now, and I like teaching. So, and honestly, as long as you enjoy your work, it's really not work. So,
I know.
you want dinner? So, but yeah, I consider myself semi-retired right now because I enjoy what I'm doing.
I'm retired-ish, except for YouTube and art.
You're retired. You're more busy now than you were when you were working.
I miss
What are you
working
doing?
though.
You can always go back to work.
Oh, not in that field. I'd have to find a new field.
Just remember, if you don't like retirement, you can always go back to work. Just like after getting debt free, if you don't like being debt free, you can always go get more debt.
Yeah, I don't know. COVID kind of ruined me for the medical field.
Yeah,
That
this
was
is
just-
true.
That was chaos.
What
A
are
lot
you-
of stupid chaos.
What are you doing over there?
Let's see. We should
What
catch
are you
up.
doing over there? What do you want?
She's dragging her bowl around. She married you for your debt. I married you for your debt.
She did. Did you learn your lesson?
Well, if
We
you
can wait for
if
that.
you learned yours,
We can wait after we're done. Back on the couch. Get up there. No. Back on the couch. Man, you're staying here. Right there.
I learned my lesson about debt. Did you learn your lesson? What was your lesson?
I had a lesson.
Listen to your wife.
Oh, that's right. I forgot already.
Oh goodness. All right, he didn't learn. Let's see. Billy says I will retire later this year. He's 66.
Awesome.
You get to retire again at. Well, you retired from the military, but you don't get military retirement till what age?
60
something.
62.
Then you get to
I don't
retire
know.
again.
So that's weird about. I don't know if anybody knows about Air National Guard retirement. I'm trying to get this camera figured out here. She moved on me. So I'm considered a gray area retiree, where I got the benefits. You know, I got my retired ID card and stuff. I got all the benefits of being retired, but I don't receive a retirement check or pension or whatnot until I think you apply for it when you're 59 and a half. I don't remember exactly, but it's still 10 years off. So, and then once I start collecting my retirement pay, then I became a full retiree. So, but right now it's called a gray area retiree. And the only reason I really learned about this is I was looking at what's called space age travel. And for those not in the military, don't know what that is, that's military travel, where you go and pay either nothing or just a small fee to get on a military aircraft that's going to a location. You know, they have scheduled flights, but it's not like Alaska Airlines or anything. But if they're going to a place you want to go, you hop on the plane and you go there. But being gray area retiree, we can only do that within the United States. I cannot fly overseas. But when you're a full retiree, you can fly anywhere. So if you got a hop going to Japan, you can hop on there and get a free ride to Japan. But
That'd be cool.
we've got to wait another 10 years.
For so long, and then by the time you retire, you're beat, you're tired, nothing in your body works.
Mm-hmm.
You can't enjoy yourself anymore. I mean, you can, but not, you could enjoy yourself a lot sooner.
My dad's kind of like that. He worked hard his whole life, and now he's on, dialysis and everything, so he can't, and he doesn't have a lot of strength, so he can't really do anything. he finally got his disability through the military, and so he actually has enough money now to pay his bills and some extra to do fun stuff. But now he can't. So he's retired. He's got money, but he can't really do a lot because he's tied down with his dialysis. And so, but he worked hard all his life, and I know it's hard for him to
Not work.
not work.
He's like you.
He's
That's
starting to
where you
get
got it.
used to it, but it's not easy.
You like working. Yep. Actually, I will still work, but for myself at something I enjoy with the best coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
All the people talking to me in my head. Those are your coworkers. Those are the best coworkers. The real coworkers, not so much. All mushrooms are edible. Just some may kill you. Very true. Yes, they are all edible. Once, some you can only eat once.
Yeah.
But
yep, that's very, very, very true. Very funny. Once.
Very funny once. Let's see. Rooted in Alaska. Can't wait to get my truck sold this summer. We'll have an old van, but more room and no monthly bill.
Nice.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah.
Should have no problem selling it. Everybody's looking for them things.
Yep. Let's see. Paula and Jason are talking to Bill. Yep, that's why you don't eat them unless you are 100% sure. We eat 23 different wild mushrooms. Yeah. I know of a few. Handful-ish.
Yeah.
That are... I've been learning over the years, but... I would trust the grandkids more than I trust myself. They can walk around the yard and name them, so I'm like, old school. Actually, we are conditioned to believe debt is normal and good. You are enslaved to the dollar.
Oh, absolutely.
Who did I tell that to this
They prime
week?
you from kindergarten on up, man.
Oh, I remember.
What?
I was talking to the neighbor. And they were trying to get their credit score up, and I was trying to explain to them that a credit score is not a
it's a I love debt score.
Yeah, it's a debt score. This is how much I've been in debt. That's like, I don't know.
But yeah, they do that, and they like, you have to build your credit. But she's like, think about it. What did Grandma do? Grandma and Grandpa, they didn't have credit.
Yeah, credit is like the dumbest thing in the world. It's like, if you can't pay for it, don't get it.
Yeah, you want it that bad, you save some money and go get it later. And also, when you save money and get it later, it also helps, what's it called, buyer's remorse. It's like, we're in this instant society where it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, I got to have that. And you come home with it, and then tomorrow you're like, buyer's remorse. Like, why did I really get that? I really don't need it.
I do that online too, but it's... I'll put things in my basket. I'll have 100 things in a basket or save for later, and they'll sit there for months or years. And yeah.
But you're not actually buying them. You're window shopping.
I'm window shopping, but occasionally you get
which is
good. Antsy and push the buy button.
well, see, that's kind of good. If there's an item that you want, I see this here. Let me use this one. This is my water bottle. I see this water bottle in the store. I really want this water bottle, but do I really want it? So I leave it at the store. I go home. I give it a couple weeks. After a couple weeks, if I still really want this water bottle, then I'm gonna go get the water bottle. That's kind of the methodology I use for large purchases, not a water bottle, but large purchases, and that way you don't come home with buyer's remorse. So, but this water bottle is free, by the way.
Yeah, that one was free. Well, sort of.
I had to work for it. For City Relief.
We paid to serve the homeless in New York, and they gave us a water bottle. Yeah. This was $1 at Walmart. It's color changing. It changes orange when it's cold.
Well, I don't want cold water. If it's So if it's orange, I'm not drinking out of that thing. All right.
The granddaughter
That's a-
and I bought matching
there's
water
a quick
bottles
question.
last year.
Who likes ice water versus room temperature water? Because I love room temperature water. I hate ice water. Where all she wants is like ice water. This is weird.
And all of our water here is room temperature,
Perfect.
unless we've been gone and it froze up. But our water bottle, if you've seen, hangs from the ceiling, and the wood stove's on, and it's hot.
Perfect water.
It's gross.
So
And
who likes room temperature water versus ice water?
it probably tastes like plastic too, but I don't notice.
We'll put that out there. All right. What else we got in here?
Let's see. Bill says if you shop on Amazon, please use my Amazon affiliate link in my video description.
Yep.
Descriptions.
That helps.
I think I have that too, but I don't know if I do or not. I
You-
tried. I
You
think
did. You just don't put it in there anymore.
I'm not real good about that kind of stuff. Buy a new car and they're all about monthly payments, not total cost.
Correct. So, the poor person goes in and asks, "What's the payment?" The rich guy goes in and asks,
What's
"How much? How much does it cost?"
How much does it cost? Yeah.
You know. So when we got our phones, you know, I go to this phone store, and they're like, "Oh, this gets integrated. The payment goes and you pay for 2 years." I'm like, "How much is it? How much is the phone?" But they won't let you pay for the whole phone.
Nope.
They will let you pay half down. Then you have to have it for 30 days, and you can go in and pay the rest. I'm like, that's dumb. I just want to pay for the phone, and then give me the monthly bill later. But whatever. That was just dumb. I don't know why they do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got? Highs and
That's why they don't teach these things to kids in school. Yeah, exactly. They can get, yeah. Yeah, when I went and bought my truck. It was the first thing I ever bought on my own as an adult, pretty much, because I had been married from 20 up to whatever it was, 23 years. And so I had never bought anything on my own. But when I went to buy a truck, I talked to my son, who was in the used car business at the place I was going. He had been, he wasn't then. And he told me how to go about buying a car. And so I went to the bank first, said, "What will you give me to go buy a car?" And they told me. So then I went to the car place with a car already picked out and in mind, and then they were gonna like check my credit and do all this stuff, and I'm like, "Nope, here's a note from my bank. I can have anything 50,000 or under," which I is not gonna go to that extent. And I said, "Don't touch my credit. We don't need to do any financing whatsoever." So we went straight from the vehicle to the sale room, and we bypassed all the checking my credit and all the financing and all that stuff. It was debt, but
but I looked at it afterwards, and they did get you with some extra stuff.
there was
you
a
didn't
couple
need.
things that I had chose to get because I was on my own.
Yeah.
If there was just some things that I don't remember what they were.
Yeah.
If I was to die, it wouldn't go to my kids to pay off or something. I don't know. But
Which it doesn't do anyway.
I don't know. Whatever it was, something like that I chose to do because I was single. Anyhow, that's my story.
Singularity.
How many eggs are you getting per day now? I don't know.
At least 6 or 7.
6. So I haven't gotten 8 in a day yet. And I have 8 chickens. But I get
So you got one lazy one out there.
6 on some days and 7 on some days. And I know that some of the younger ones don't lay every day. They're not that kind of breed. And I don't know if the older ones are, because they're only 2. I don't know when they stop laying every day.
Yeah, I think later than that.
Yeah. But, yeah. 6 or 7 a day, and they all lay in the same. There's 4 boxes to choose from, and they all lay in the same box. And they'll get mad at each other if somebody's in there and they want to lay an egg. It's like, well, choose a different one.
Well, didn't you open it one day and 2 of them were in the same box, side by side?
Yeah, the chickens were side by side in the same nesting box. So yesterday I went out and I took the eggs and I put one in each box, trying to confuse them.
No, what you do is take them, not one in each, but take them all out of the one they've been in. And
Put them in a different one?
Put them in different ones and just
Yeah.
leave that one empty.
So I did the same today. I put one in each box and I rustled up their nest and changed up all the straw. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't care what they do as long as they give me eggs.
It's more entertainment than anything.
Yeah,
But yeah, we're getting.
I just like messing with them.
Yeah, we've been giving eggs away because we're getting so many right
Yeah.
now.
We gave away 3 dozen last week, a dozen and a half this week. I probably won't give eggs away because we're gonna do deviled eggs for Easter
Mm.
for the families
Yeah.
thing. Linda said, "Is that her snoring?"
Yes, your
I thought
dog
my
is.
phone was ringing. It's a dog snoring.
Your dog is snoring.
Linda says, my husband retired in 18 and went back after a year part-time. He was bored and he doesn't like to travel, so he works part-time and he is happy. That's good. Yeah. Gotta have things to do.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I find it hard sometimes because all my friends were my coworkers, and so sometimes you're like at home retired with no friends. No one to talk to.
You still hike with some of them.
Yeah, sometimes. But and some of my friends now are old coworkers. But John says, I like how they say on commercials, if you are debt free, it doesn't mean you have good credit.
If you're debt free and you have no accounts anywhere, your credit shows up as undeterminable. It doesn't. You won't ever have zero credit. It's undeterminable.
Why can you have zero credit?
There's no such thing.
Oh, there's no such thing.
No.
What if you never have any bills?
It's accounts. If you have an account somewhere, it has nothing to do with bills. But yeah, after about 6 months, you get all your credit cards paid off and all your debt paid off, and about 6 months after that, your credit will go to undeterminable. And so when you're trying to buy stuff like a house or something, good credit or no credit is good. Bad credit is really bad.
Well, yeah, that means you didn't pay your bills, right?
Yeah. But you can still buy a house with zero credit or undeterminable credit because the lenders can do this thing. It actually is work for them. But back in the day, before we had all this computer technology, they did a thing called underwriting or manual underwriting, they call it today. So you can have no credit and still buy a house and qualify for a house. Your bank just has to do manual underwriting, which means they go and check, physically check. Oh, you have a job. You've had a job for this long, and they check some bills and they check this and that. They actually have to do work because now they base everything on a credit score. Instead of doing work, they look at your credit score, your FICO score. It's like, oh, you have a 750. Oh yeah, you qualify. Instead of actually doing any legwork. So having no credit or undeterminable credit is actually good, and you can still live life that way. And the rumor of you can't rent a car without a credit card is false. You can rent a car with a debit card. I do it all the time.
And get into a hotel.
Yeah, you can do everything with a debit card. I do it all the time.
There's one thing you can't. What was it? At the post office or some stupid thing.
Oh, that was because it was cash or check only. that had nothing to do with debit or credit. That was just they took no card.
That was dumb. John wants to know how long you were in the military.
I was in the military a total of 27 years, 8 years active duty Air Force, and 19 years in the Air National Guard. Total 27 years. I can't remember exactly days and minutes or everything. 27 is good. And I've been retired this long.
Is that because you were reserve or guard? Does an active duty retiree get retirement pay immediately?
Yes, if you stay in active duty for a minimum of 20 years and you retire from active duty for the minimum of 20 years, you get your retirement immediately right away. Yes. Yep, that was because I was in the Guard.
And you went guard because you didn't want to leave Alaska.
Correct. They moved me up here to Elmendorf, and I stayed here for 4 years. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. So I got out of the Air Force, joined the Air National Guard, and I stayed, and I've been here ever since. I retired last year. Now I care what day it is.
Besides Friday, when you're working, you only care when Friday comes. The rest of it, who cares?
Yeah. Now it's like every day.
I am financially independent and have a high credit score.
Yeah, that's just because you have accounts out there somewhere. But
Very good.
so you can have a credit card or credit account somewhere and not have debt on it and maintain a credit score.
Huh.
So if you still have a credit score, that means there's an account open somewhere. It doesn't mean you have debt on it. It just means there's an account open somewhere.
Mm. Billy's dad says every day is Saturday. When you're retired?
Well, if Saturday's your favorite day, then every day is Saturday. Whatever your favorite day is, that's every day.
Worked since 12 years old. I am all used up. It's a real thing for sure. Ready to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Medicam, you're on the camera. She didn't know she was on camera. Yeah, I didn't work a lot of my life. I went to work at like 12, working on the farm and stuff like that. I worked until I had my first kid.
Yeah, but you were a stay-at-home mom.
Yes, I was a stay-at-home mom.
A mom is a hard job, and it's a full-time job. So don't let anybody tell you it's not a hard job.
Oh, I know it was a hard job, and I did work during those years too. But they were jobs where I could take my kids and stuff. I was a janitor at the church and different stuff like that. But I didn't have a 9-to-5 job.
You had a 24/7 job.
And I homeschooled for a few years, and I'll
probably work until I can't. So, yep. I'll be that way.
Well, when you have your own business, then you can make your own hours and make your own. Like, dude, I saved to go on vacation. Bye, I'm going. Cancel all jobs. And you can go in the winter. You can go on vacation all you want. It's hard to excavate in the winter. If you get a credit card and purchase one item per month and pay it off that same day. We kind of do that with it's not for the credit or credit score, but for the airline miles. Don't you still use the airline miles just to get the discounted ticket every year?
Yeah, I buy my well, because Alaska Airlines, I got a companion fare once a year, which is I buy a full price ticket, and the second ticket's $100. So last year we went to New York City, and I think 2 tickets cost us like $800 because one was full price, one was $100. So, and if I put that flight, that purchase of that ticket on that card, we get Group C boarding.
Oh, that's true.
But then we just pay her off right away. So
So
I
if you
still
pay
I
with-
still use that just because I want the cheap flights. But once we're out of debt, I'm gonna get rid of that card because I won't worry about it no more.
And then we'll have to sit in F compartment.
F compartment. So the other thing I listen for at the airlines is when they're loading, when they're boarding, they ask for like people that need extra help or infants or whatnot. Then they're like active duty military retirees. I'm like running up there. I'm like, here's my ID. Let me on. I'll get on first. Just because I don't. They run out of room. Can't put your bag on there.
Keeping up with the neighbors is a disease.
Yep. I don't care what the neighbors got.
Yeah, we don't keep up with our neighbors, and they certainly don't want to keep up with us. They're like, what are they doing over there? Last night, what was it? We were cutting down trees and
Oh,
tearing
yeah.
up. The yard looks like a tornado hit it. And it's like, well, we'll clean it up eventually, but for right now, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the trees from the all the snow damage, heavy snow damage this year, and I think we videoed some of it. It might be out on Sunday, maybe next Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah,
You'll see some of it eventually,
cutting down all the trees.
but we got a lot more cut down.
There's Monica.
Hey, Monica,
Hello.
how's it going?
Julie says, or pay it off when you get the bill. Hello, number 38.
I always forget about that.
Let's see. Are we behind?
You're
Problem,
way behind.
John, is when we paid everything off, our credit score went down. So we have a gas credit card we pay off every month, and our credit score came up. Crazy system.
Yeah, the whole system's dumb.
Yeah.
And whatever works for you. Everybody's got their own method. My method's going to be I want 0 credit score when I'm done. 0 undeterminable.
Need to pay it off immediately because, yeah, some credit cards will charge you interest once the bill is mailed. And then they probably charge you for the paper and the shipping for the envelope.
All right, I got a no ice water.
No ice water,
Right.
says Linda.
I got one on my side.
Ice water. Ashley likes ice water. Cold for us too. I drink room temp also. Maybe
Buck to tally up, see who wins.
maybe some do, but not the ones I use. Oh. I like ice water as I drink the water, I chew on the ice. I like to chew on ice. I like to get the crushed ice out of the fridge. Not here, obviously, but where they have crushed ice, and then eat the ice.
No.
Ice water, unless I'm hot and very thirsty, then it's room temperature, so I can chug.
There you go.
Oh, you won't forget to pay it
Yeah.
off. Walmart burner phone here.
Room temp. I got another room temp.
Room temp.
There. We're trying to get caught up on our comments here.
We have been debt free except a car payment for 34 years. We cut up the credit cards. Cash only is the best. Yes. Very cool. Deviled eggs.
They're so good.
I'm making the bacon deviled eggs.
What? Nice. We're not sharing those ones.
Instead of using mayonnaise, you use bacon grease with bacon chunks in it. And if you're not used to all that bacon grease,
It goes out the other
you
end.
might have some drippy drawers, but I'm used to it. Yesterday I was eating cheese sticks and I was dipping it in the bacon grease that was left over in the pan. That was yummy. Oh, Ashley just booked his flight and a room on a debit card.
Yeah. See, it can be done.
He's laughing about you retired this long. Good night from West Virginia. Good night, Kent. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Look at all those thumbs.
Yeah.
I'm craving a Payday candy bar. Do they still have those?
They do.
Do they?
Yes.
I don't remember the last time I had a candy bar.
Halloween.
Well, the little mini ones.
Yeah. The little mini ones at Halloween. They bring them to work, and I get weak, and I go eat them, and then I regret it later on.
A full candy bar. I don't know. I'm just craving a payday. He just wants a payday. You are going to put your weight back on that way. Eating candy bars.
It's time to shed the winter weight, right?
Yep. Is your cup still on the wood stove? Yep.
Yeah, it's still there.
I just filled it up with cold coffee, so it's got to warm up now.
It'll be pretty warm by the time we're done.
I don't know, the fire's... it's still going, but...
I had to turn it way down because I was roasting over here. It's 82 degrees in here.
John says to Ashley, yeah, but they sure taste good. I think we caught up on...
We did.
I'm craving dinner, so I'm starting to cook it. I'm having pasta for dinner. Bill's having pasta.
All right, we're going to Bill's house.
Going to Bill's house. What are we having?
What are we having? What is up here?
Probably the same thing we had last week.
This is
Same thing we have every week.
Is this part of that moose still?
Yep.
We're having some dead moose.
A pound of moose, and I actually pulled out a bag of broccoli that we bought like a month ago, or more than a month ago.
There, cheap dinner.
That's dinner.
And I was snacking on pork rinds. All right. Oh, Maddie left. Where'd she go? She's up here.
So besides money, is there anything else that you would go back and tell yourself if you had to?
Oh yeah, that was the subject.
If you had to tell your younger self something besides money, because that's a big one. Like, don't do this. Don't
That
do
is.
Save money.
Well, it's your turn. You give one now. Mine lasted the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would, I don't know. I would try to convince myself to not be so stupid and make such stupid mistakes, like do dumb stuff. I mean, I guess I kind of learned from them. I learned from those mistakes about...
Yeah. So I used to think back, and kind of regret. I used to, not now, I used to regret choices in life and think back, like, what if this were to happen differently? Where would I be? And I used to have those thoughts until I got saved and started really understanding my life. And it isn't... So who I am today, and I would not be if I didn't have all of those experiences in my past. And it's taken all that, and God uses all my past for His glory. And all the things that I have gone through and I've learned from are used for His glory and for me to minister and mentor others in my life. And so I feel that I don't regret anything I've ever done in my past because it's all being used for good today. So I don't really dwell on the past anymore in that way. So this was actually a really hard question for me because I don't really dwell that way.
You don't dwell that way.
No, I used to. I mean, back in the day I did, but now I'm just blessed every day.
Yeah.
Because I have you.
Well, there was some stupid stuff that I did in my life, but I think maybe pay attention to relationships more, especially with family and,
Love your family, love your wife, love, you know.
you know,
I really screwed up my first marriage that way. Didn't pay attention to them. There was other things going on in it too. It wasn't just that, but I mean, I could have worked harder to make it work.
yeah.
But it makes this one easier. Well, the fact that I really love you helps.
Ew. All right, back up.
Are we getting behind again?
Let's see. So you guys are caught up. Moose. Well, we found it in the yard. No, just kidding. We did not.
That was roadkill.
That was roadkill. We're great hunters. Somebody else hunted it down for us. Be very selective about a spouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be impulsive about anything.
When they say something like, I do drugs, and if that bothers you, you should get out now. Don't think, oh, that's not going to be a problem. Because that's going to be a problem. Or if they say, I'm in a little bit of debt, you might want to listen to that. No, that hasn't caused a problem. Not too much problem.
No.
It's halted some of our dreams. And that's been difficult. But Bill, tell my younger self the list is too long, but the main item would be to go to military full-time and go Ranger Special Forces. Nice.
Yeah, I think everybody, if you're physically able, I mean, obviously there's people that aren't physically able. If you're physically able, I think everybody should serve. It should be mandatory to serve in the military. I think that should be a requirement.
Yeah, I think so.
But, for at least 4 years. Do your 4 years.
I didn't, but I wanted to.
And honestly, that's how I got in the military. I had no idea I wanted to serve in the military. I just, by the time I graduated, I wasn't living at my house. My dad was in prison, and I was pretty much on my own. So my thought was, because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I thought was I just join the Air Force and I'll do my 4 years, and by that time I'll get on my feet and figure out what I want to do and get out and do whatever. And I actually ended up enjoying it, and I stayed in for 27 years, obviously. But that's kind of the short story how I got there.
I didn't know I wanted to until, I don't know, I saw a recruiter one day, and then I went in and I made an appointment, went in and talked to them, and I wasn't sure exactly how it would work out with already having a child and being single. And he told me I would have to sign my child over to someone else while I was gone, and I didn't like that idea. So
I don't like that idea.
I chose not to do that. But
I think they do that just to be safe.
Yeah.
In case something happens to you. But
Monica says, don't date until you have your own life and career, basically 25 or 30. Yeah, but then you have to have kids later and have them forever. No.
So
I had my first child at 18, my last child at 22.
yeah.
I was married at 20. Yeah, they were all gone by mid 30s, and kids were gone.
And
Grown.
I had my 2 kids young too, so it's nice. It's nice to have the kids early, and then now you're in a different phase of life, and you're not, and you can still enjoy this phase of life.
Yeah, once you figure out what you're actually doing in life, then it's all yours. You can do all the screw ups while you have your kids.
And the simple things, because when I had the kids, I couldn't afford to do anything with them, but now the kids are gone. I make more money and I can afford to do things. And like every once in a blue moon, we'll go to the movie theater and we'll just like, what's playing? And we'll look in the phone. Oh, let's go watch it. And we just do it. And we don't have to pay for 10 tickets.
Yeah.
Just simple little things. It's the simple things in life.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, if I would have had kids, well, I would have had to wait till I was like 45 before I was smart enough to have them and know what I was doing. But I don't know. I see people waiting till they're older, and then they seem to be able to parent their children better. Instead of grow up with them, actually grow up first and then parent them. I did okay though, because my mom was a very good parent, so I did good.
Well, back in your day, you had to grow up faster. Kids today, I don't think they grow up until they're 40 anymore.
I went to work and had a full-time job at 12 years old, working on the farm, and made my own money, and did my stuff. I did homeschool for the last 5 years of school. Did that all on my own. I didn't like school. I didn't like people. I'm sorry to say. I didn't like people. I don't know if I really do like people now either.
Yeah,
but
still don't like people. Tolerate people.
Paul says, I would have told myself to stay in the military back then. Quite frankly, I wouldn't change a thing. Awesome. Well, from all John's stories, he's had a pretty terrific life anyways. And, and the things that weren't that great, he probably learned from. Monica says, have to go, guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Well, thanks for joining us again, Monica.
Yep.
Have a great week.
Don't forget, next week's game night.
Is it?
I think so.
We better figure something out.
We have some good ideas.
We'll figure something out.
Good night, 38.
Compliment my wife often. Don't keep nice things to say in the bank, waiting for a better time to say them. Blurt them out now. Yeah, that's another thing is not waiting for a better day or waiting for, dream big when you're young and start working on those dreams instead of wait till you're 60. Man, I wish I could move to Alaska. Well, you should have had that thought when you were 20 and got on the bus and went to Alaska. I mean, I didn't even, except for we went to see my parents' parents in Pennsylvania. We never went on any vacation, never went to any other state, never went anywhere until I was an adult. It was pretty crazy. My first family vacation with my kids was when they were grade school, I think. But yeah, just dream big, have big dreams, and get her done. Let's see. We don't regret much. Money decisions really would be the biggest changes in our younger years. How's Arlen? Everyone is well. This is interesting conversation. Yeah. Just thought we'd find out what everybody's regrets were. No. Bill says, I truly feel people have physical issues should be able to join the military. Also, people with physical disabilities can do office work, mechanic, or other support services.
They could.
Very true. Well, yeah, very true. My oldest could not be in the military, and he went to or asked many different recruiters in different branches, and because he's deaf in one ear, they were just like, shut him down. Like, I mean, no, you can't. No, we can't take you. Just immediately. And they might be able to do something about that now.
My sister tried that, and she's deaf in one ear. or partly deaf in one ear, and they wouldn't take her either. What are you doing, girl?
But I guess it depends on what you
What are you
do
doing?
because, I mean, maybe you're not going to be on the front line, but
Well,
you can do other things.
this is true, but the way the military thinks is like in the army, everyone is a soldier, and then you all have your little individual. So even the office clerk is a soldier. So
Right.
you have to be able to do all the duties.
Yes. And a lot of people that are disabled in that way can do all those things. They just don't allow them to try.
Yeah. But apparently, military standards now are gone way down because they let people in that shouldn't be there. So we're not going to get into that. That gets into politics, and we're not going to get into that. We're going to keep this politics free zone.
Yeah, we can't go there. We'd never get off this thing. Arlen says, I'm on my iPad. I can't do the fancy highlight. Oh, I almost missed Marketplace Boutique. Hello. I saw somebody saying hi to you. I'm like, whoa, are they here? They are here. Awesome. So I'm trying to read. If you type out the channel name completely, YouTube will highlight it for you.
Oh.
What? You know, that's why I don't respond to too many chat things when I'm on other YouTubers' lives because I don't know how. So that explains things. So maybe I'll start responding a little more. I know I could have looked that up a long time ago. People are saying hi to. I'm assuming that Jody is Marketplace Boutique. So now we have a name.
Put it in your notes.
Put it in my notes, which I don't even have my notebook out today.
What is wrong with you today? Your Maddie went to the. She's not using the Maddie-cam anymore.
Arlen says, open door for me, Monica. I got to go to Central Time. Is kicking me down the road. Good night, everyone. Peace and blessings. All right. Well, good night, Arlen. That's your leg is in the way.
Your leg is in the way.
Oh, that's my leg? Look at that. That's my leg.
It's better than my butt.
Yes, definitely. We've been on here for an hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Feels like 18 minutes.
We're going to have to close this down here in just a bit. Ashley says, choose spouse wisely and go to Alaska early. Very true. Waiting on my youngest son to graduate to make the big move. Yeah. Sometimes you have things like that you got to wait for.
Like debt.
Yeah, like debt before we could
do fun stuff.
Do our dreams. But we're dreaming big.
Oh yeah. Check us at the end of October. You'll find out what we're dreaming.
That's only one of the many dreams. In the Navy, it's everybody is a firefighter.
I didn't know that. I'd like to see that, definitely.
Marketplace Boutique. Well, you're live, so you know more than I do. That was a trial and error thing, too. Alaska sounds wonderful. It is pretty wonderful, but don't tell anybody.
No.
Just tell people it's terrible.
It's a terrible place to live. No, we don't need anybody else up here.
It's getting a little crowded, but a lot of people are leaving, too. A lot of long-time Alaskans, people born and raised here, are leaving because the weather's been pretty sucky lately, and they're tired of it. Once you get older, the weather kind of sucks.
The cold weather gets to you a little more.
You just don't, Yeah, you just don't have what you need to go out and shovel every freaking morning and dig out your car. And I mean, people get sick of it. And if you have aches and pains like arthritis and all that, the cold is just no good for all that. But some people leave in the winter and come back in the summer, and as long as you're here a certain amount of time and make this your
Yes.
residence,
So 90 days. I think
I
90
don't know.
days.
Anyway, you can still receive your PFD for residing here. My new neighbor and wife, well, he is retired Navy. Good people, but I'm trying hard to love my neighbor. Yeah, we don't really know our neighbors. Do we know any of our neighbors? Sort of. You know them. You've
the
been
ones
here.
across here, the ones over there, the ones back there.
You know of them. We
I
don't hang
talk-
out with them.
No, we don't hang out with them. But I've talked to them. The only ones I don't really know are this way.
Way late. Had a monthly MAD meeting. That's okay. Gotta have a MAD meeting. But we are getting ready to close this down so we
Yeah.
can get dinner. So y'all can get dinner or go to bed or whatever it is
I'm getting hungry.
that it's time for.
Most of you guys, it's getting late.
Yeah. For some people, it's bedtime. For some, it's dinner time. Bill's already cooking.
That's right. We're gonna go to Bill's house.
He's having pasta.
I don't like pasta.
We don't eat pasta. Even if somebody else cooks it.
I know, but it sounds so good.
Does it?
It always sounds good.
Not really.
All right, we'll get off the pasta.
There isn't a thing that would make me leave. My sister and family back in upstate New York has tried to get me to move there.
Oh, I wouldn't want to move to New York either.
It's an okay place to visit. That's about it.
Well, upstate New York's a whole different state.
We never did. We never went to
No,
there.
no.
We didn't go there.
You were.
I don't know what
you
I'm
were in
talking about.
downtown Manhattan.
And that was an interesting place to visit. It was fun for the day. It was crazy. There was crazy
Yeah.
people. I had a lot of anxiety. I had so much anxiety that yeah, I had to find a bathroom and relieve my anxiety. But it was it was a great place to visit.
Upstate New York's gonna be like, kind of like here, with less mountains.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, and more politics.
I just close my ears. I'll listen. All right then. Brooke Trout says bedtime.
Bedtime, dinner time.
We say dinner time. Maddie probably says dinner.
What? She said what? Dinner time? What? Want dinner?
You want dinner? Maddie, you want dinner?
It's like you're faking now. She thinks
Yeah.
we're faking. Which we are, kind of. So yeah, she won't get to eat until our dinner's done. We say our prayers together.
Paul and Jason, hope you two have a great week. Good to see you here till the end. Awesome. Hope you guys
Yep.
have a great week too.
We're here to the end too.
Yeah, we're here to the end too. Bedtime. Good night, Paul and everybody. He says to everybody. I can't get away with that.
You can't.
Everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
New York City is a different planet.
It is.
I have been 3 times.
Yep. Me too.
Well, I've been once, and we're going to do it again this year.
Yeah.
By the way, I got us all signed up today. We're going to New York
We're going to New York
in
again.
September.
So
We're going.
As crazy and anxiety as it was, we're doing it again.
We are paying to go to hand out food and things to the homeless.
Food and socks, Bombas socks.
Bomba socks and all the goodies to the homeless people on the streets of New York.
And this time you'll be less anxious.
And I'll be less anxious. I wonder if it's going to be a lot of the immigrants and stuff.
I don't think so.
Because it's in different.
Because the migrants are being housed, and they're
that's
given
true.
debit cards, and we're getting into subject matter we're not supposed
Yeah,
to
we're not supposed to talk about that. But I shouldn't think even if they are, it shouldn't
Because
matter to
the
me.
people that we're helping are the people that need to be helped, that should be helped, that aren't being helped
And
because money's
they're-
going
yeah.
to illegals.
And these people,
Sorry, undocumented.
they already, well, I say live, but they live in the parks and the things where
Mhm.
we're going, and they've already been there for years. That's where they go. So
Okay.
it's, anyways.
Right. We need to get off this. You get me on politics again.
Nah,
We
sorry.
can't talk about that stuff.
Nope. All right, then. We are going to say goodbye to, I probably can't get everyone, but we're going to say goodbye to
All right.
Paul and Paula and Jason and Ashley and Billy and Brooke Trout and I think it was Jody at Marketplace Boutique and Billy, did I already say that?
Yeah.
And
You can give them a double good night.
and John and Julie and all the people that are out there listening that haven't said anything.
And if you're new, thanks for
Oh,
joining.
we can go up to John's and hand out cookies and candy.
We don't have any cookies right now.
We don't have cookies or candy till Christmas.
Sorry, John.
Maybe there'll be some other reason we'll
Not,
make
not
cookies.
this time.
Why can't you talk about it? Who says you can't? We get fired up about it.
Oh yeah, we're trying to slow the conversation down, not speed it up.
He
That's-
gets fired
that's
up
why.
about it. I get angry about it, and
So
it
I-
just
I actually
it's a frustrating subject.
like talking about it.
He
but
likes talking about it. I get frustrated and want to go further into the woods and hide because I can't handle stupid. That's about it. Stupid frustrates me. But
but I have to keep up with it because I have to know how crazy the world is and
so he
How-
can tell me. and
how
so-
idiotic our government is right now and stupid people running it.
All right, and then there's Bill. He's saying good night, and he's gonna go eat his pasta.
All right. Good night,
So,
Bill.
we're
Good night,
gonna-
everybody.
Good night.
I did it. I said everybody.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
We will see you. Well, Sunday we're gonna have a video. I'm pretty sure. I think. I haven't started working on it yet. And
Like,
then
slacker.
I think next Wednesday is our game night.
I think it's game night. Let
Pretty
me
sure.
double check really quick here.
I
My
gotta
calendar.
start figuring that out.
April. What is this? March.
Cause Sunday
Yes,
is
next Wednesday is game night. So
All right.
be ready for a game.
Oh yeah, Nancy was here. Good night. Okay, we already said good night to everybody.
Yeah.
We covered
Be ready for
everybody.
game night, and be ready to defeat Billy to whatever the game
Yep.
night's going to be.
Monica's gonna win.
Don't forget to upgrade your internet, Monica.
I think she already left. All right. Love you all.
All right, love you.
We'll see you next
time.
time.
Bye.
Bye.